Cousin Internet. It's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show. And with me is Cousin Ali.
Hello.
All the way from Bulgaria, Cousin Ali. And all the way from Finland, it's Cousin Ed.
Please hold. Your call is very important to us. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, this is Ed Bud. How can I help you?
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason.
Hold, please.
Oh, Jesus. He's always. No, that's German.
Ted Mudd here. How can I help you?
Oh, no, I wasn't looking for Ted Mudd. I was looking for Ed Bud.
Hold on.
Oh, God. Operator?
Fred Cludd. How can I help you?
No, Fred. Listen, I'm looking.
Todd?
Yeah. Fred?
Todd?
Is that.
Yeah.
Are you in Finland right now?
Yeah, why didn't you call after our last date?
You know what? It wasn't.
I heard you got married.
I did. And you know what?
What's his name?
Well, here's where things are going to be a little awkward. Her name.
Fred, give me the phone. It's me. It's Ed. Hi, everybody.
Oh, hey, Ed.
Hey.
I have a question. Why
That's
do
the way
you?
I decided to say hello.
Why do all your roommates sound exactly like you?
I train them that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm not thrown by any unfamiliar voices. So I make all voices mine.
That makes
weird sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I live
like
in a
one of
Twilight
my
Zone type of existence.
one of my favorite jokes is that I've recently started a sexual relationship with a blind woman, and it's very rewarding. It took me forever to get her husband's voice right. See, Ed, I'm committing what the youth today are calling sexual assault.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
hear about the blind guy who walked into a bar?
No.
And then a table, and then a chair, and then the door.
Speaking of sexual assault, I was talking to a work friend, a colleague, about Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, yeah.
And Revenge of the Nerds does not hold up today.
No.
Morally.
It did not age well.
And then
Aged like milk.
And then I threw out the main. Go ahead. One of you two mentioned the big thing that absolutely will not fly.
Oh, the cameras. The cameras in the sorority house. And
So that's funny that you said that, because I threw out what I thought was the obvious, the rape at the end.
Oh, at the bounce house?
Right, in the bounce house. Like, that's, by all definitions, that's a rape. And
Sure.
I threw that out. And then the guy that I was talking to said, they put cameras in the sorority house. And I went, oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Not only did they put cameras in the sorority house, they took photos and sold nude images of these college
On the bottom of
girls.
side plates, yeah.
That's my pie.
Yeah.
And what got me? No, all right. So this is what got me into that conversation. I met a woman, and she said her name.
Okay.
I said, "What is your name?" She said her name, and the instant she said her name, it was like a migraine of nostalgia.
Migraine.
Yeah. I might have brain cancer. It cracked into my mind, and all I could think about was this 80s movie, and that I came out in 84, the same year as Ghostbusters, blessed be. And this movie came out in 86. And I'll tell you the premise. If you remember, Ed, you may remember the name of the movie because you're older than Ollie and I put together. And what
am I doing now?
You probably vividly remember when this was in theaters.
Can I go back to sleep while you... Okay, I'm going to be right
But
here.
so in my brain, when she said her name, I immediately I just saw flashes of this 80s movie about this high school girl who was also a prostitute. And I'm seeing like vivid images. Meanwhile, I'm having a whole conversation. Do either of you have any idea what this movie is?
It rings a bell.
Does
Because
this movie have a quote in it saying, I have an algebra test tomorrow and I'm being chased by Guido the Killer Pimp?
I don't think so.
That's because she wasn't a high school student.
Oh,
He
that's
was the
right.
high school student.
That's right. I'm thinking
Yeah.
Risky Business.
Yeah, Risky
No,
Business.
this was for if
Which,
anyone
by the way,
is
great line in cinema right there.
Yeah.
if anyone is driving and they're flipping out because they know this movie, it's an obscure one. her name was Angel,
Okay.
and the name of the movie was Angel. And here's the tagline to the movie: high school honor student by day, Hollywood hooker by night.
Wow.
But it was one of those things where I think I've only seen the movie.
Who's in it?
Where's my? Oh, my phone is over here.
Here, let me check.
Yeah, IMDb that.
I'm going to.
But I did watch the trailer, and holy shit, was it like? I think I only saw the movie when it came out, or when it was on VHS.
But it did not age well.
I kind of it's on Tubi, where things go to die.
It's just Angel. That's it.
Yeah, Angel, and there were sequels. There was Angel 2, and I believe Angel 3. I don't think she was in high school for the entire series, because then that takes away the whole honor student thing.
Well, unless she's an honor student in freshman year.
1983.
Was it 83?
That's what I'm looking at here.
But then it becomes even more gross.
Is it? Do you see the poster? It's like a split image of like a.
Oh, he's got a preview. We got a clip.
Now we're.
Is Angel.
That's it.
She's unlike any high school student you've ever met.
Oh my God.
Are you having difficulty making friends? On top of the honors list, there's more to life than getting straight A's.
So she becomes a hooker.
Are on the streets.
Yeah.
Her only chance is on her own.
You guys want to watch this together?
I do want to watch it.
I love the narrator's voice.
Well, they don't do
Her
that
life
anymore.
was on the streets.
Remember, that used to be every movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a world.
Pablo Francisco made a career out of that.
In a world.
In a world. Little taco boy.
What would
Arnold
your
Schwarzenegger is little. Oh, little tortilla boy. That was it.
What would your in a world be? The narration of your life.
Oh, that's a head scratcher. I got to think about that for a second.
In a world where migrant farm workers produce comedians.
Little Ali Flores. What? My computer keeps asking if I want to use the audio from my phone, and I don't want to use that.
You don't.
We're using microphones here. This is a professional setup. We're holding them in our hands like professionals, because I didn't want to set up the mic stands.
Yeah, I think mine would be in a world where a man hides his pain with laughter. No, I'm like, the only thing that go to my brain, I'm like, well, I have to make it like cinematic, but anything cinematic would be just
Hold on. Here we go.
depressing.
Here we go. This is Ed's. In a world where nightlife.
In a world where a man has one drink, then two drinks. Then he didn't finish his second drink.
And it's 90 minutes of watching this guy
That's how it's
sleeping in a chair.
Yeah, that's me.
Daniel Day-Lewis is Ed Bud.
What type of drunk would you rather deal with? Would you rather deal
The
with
sleepy drunk.
the
Yeah.
sleepy drunk?
Yeah.
But then you got to schlep me. Come on, let's go to the back. Get the car. We're gonna-
I don't
What are the
have to
other
do
options?
shit.
Hold on.
Or and nobody wants to deal with the angry drunk. The silly drunk, the one who thinks.
I'd
you
rather
know,
have silly drunk.
Yeah, I think I'd rather deal with silly drunk.
Yeah.
Because me, the sleepy drunk, it's like now we got this freaking
My,
yeah, because it does turn into a little bit of babysitting at that point.
No,
yeah.
no, listen.
The silly drunk is just doing stupid things.
maybe it's because I love Weekend at Bernie's, but I feel like I can handle the sleepy drunk.
You have handled this.
No, we've all handled.
me.
We've all handled
You've
the
all
sleepy.
handled me.
My since I don't drink, I
don't smoke.
I don't know
What
the
do you
answer to that question. But my personal assistant Renette is a happy drunk,
Mhm.
and I can always tell if we're in a party or we're in a social situation. She has like a baseline volume,
Uh-huh.
you know, the polite Canadian baseline. But then from the other side of the party, I can hear that 5 dB increase in her voice.
Yes.
And I know that she's at that tipsy point. And then her nose goes numb is like the next thing. So if you look at her, she'll start tapping her nose. She'll just start doing this.
I was
So-
just at a party, and I believe I heard that decibel voice.
Did
And
you?
I believe I heard that.
I grew up with a guy, Gerardo Alfaro. Rest in peace. He passed away last year. But his big thing
Gerardo
was
Alfaro.
Alfaro.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, what a great name.
He when we were in college, he would his thing was, I can't feel my face, guys, and he would just touch his face. I can't feel my face. We're like, oh shit, Gerardo's drunk. I can't feel my face, guys. I
You
can't
try
feel my
slapping
face.
him?
Oh yeah, you can hit me, guys. See, I think man, I can't feel my face. We're like, shit, he's drunk.
Yeah, I had somebody come.
Ray-
Yeah,
Rayanne has a very subtle way, much like your nose touching.
Yeah.
So my assistant, I always know when she hits that buzzed stage, and she's like, "How do you always know?" I said, "It's subtle, but you always look at me and go, I'm drunk." Did you guys pick up on it? Did you get it?
That's pretty subtle.
It's really hard
Did
to
I-
get, but when she says it, I'm
Did I
like,
tell you guys hey, Renette, put down my files and my calendar and look up. Are you okay if I tell people the story of when you and I dressed as the you know what I'm talking about?
dressed as
Okay.
Jesus?
Yeah, I have dressed as Jesus. You know what's crazy is I did that YouTube video and it got like 10,000 views where I was answering email questions as Jesus. But so Renette and I, when I like shortly after I first took her on, we went to with the company. We went to a Halloween in July at STP,
okay,
and we did, because her line of work is makeup artistry. I was
I remember this.
evil deadite version of Ronald McDonald, and she
I
was
remember that. Yeah,
evil
I remember
deadite of Wendy from Wednesday. Fucking me, man.
Wendy's from Wendy's.
I'm drunk right now.
Wendy from
No,
Wendy's.
that's how you know. Yeah, she was Wendy from Wendy's. and we had the Burger King head on a spike.
That's right.
But so I hear the volume elevation while we're at this place. I see her touching her nose. I know she's drunk. Again, just started her employment with me. And I mean, maybe what was it?
She was in the trial period.
7 months. We were 7 months in.
Yeah.
And I'm driving her back to her place. And the whole time she's like, I am probably going to throw up. And I said, well, just let me know. I will drive slow. I will pull the car over. Please don't vomit in my car. And I did the thing where I drove around the speed bump slowly, so I wasn't
How gentlemanly.
jostling the car. Yeah.
Chivalrous.
Now I'm hopping curbs. But yeah, I pulled into her neighborhood. We're a block and a half away from her house.
Okay.
And she says, "Uh-oh." And she's like, pull the car over. So I pull the car over and I jump out and I run around because I'm thinking I'm going to help her. I'm going to hold her hair back. I'm going to hold her red Wendy's pigtails back.
Tell you where you made your first mistake.
And she goes, "Get away from me." and I
Scary Wendy's
She turned
face.
into the ultimate warrior. Like, oh my
Yes.
God.
and I'm like, okay. I turn around and go back to my car, but as I turn on my heels, I hear that like it's happening, like showtime. So she goes, ah. She farted and vomited at the same time in front of me. and I probably let it go for about a year before I told her that I heard it. But she knew.
Because you're a gentleman.
Yeah, I'm a gentleman. Is your mic off or on?
I know.
Well, no, talk, you don't show me. Just talk.
Hey.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, for some reason
So-
I couldn't hear you.
When I was in high school, my best friend, I go to a doctor's office appointment, and he goes with me. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go with you." Go to Fort Myers, and we get on the subject of sneezing. And I think I have a sneezing fit or something like that. And he's like, "Man, I hate sneezing in public. I don't know why, but it embarrasses me." He goes, so I never sneeze out loud. I try to hold it in or not do it. And I go, you're going to burst a blood vessel. And he goes, nah, it'll be all right. So we're in the waiting room. It's packed in his doctor's office. And he goes, shit. I go, what? He goes, I'm going to sneeze. And he goes, and he tries to get up and leave the room because he finds it embarrassing sneezing for some reason.
Right.
He tries to leave the as he gets about halfway, I see his body go, ha! And he does that, and all you hear is, ha! When I'm glad you didn't sneeze. That would be embarrassing.
There was a dressing room trailer over at Disney, and I'm not going to mention the gentleman's name because he was fantastic, and I don't want to embarrass him or speak ill of his memory.
Fred Mudd.
No,
Fred
but
Mudd.
a very, very old gentleman who worked at Disney with us and would go off into the restroom stall and do what he needed to do, and always was a gentleman and lit a match afterwards after he was done. I don't know, Ali, if you know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
Well,
Not based off of this. I don't know.
yeah.
You can tell how long ago it was because this dude carried matches.
Yeah, some people wouldn't know him as Sid Cahuenga, but you go way back. Anyway, so and he was an old dude. So at the end of his
Terry Ward?
session, no. At the end of it being done once, it was loud. I mean, it was just you heard everything,
Like firing a Tommy gun down a well.
and the toilet stall was in where the lockers and everything were. And he just came out, and there was me and Eddie Wilder standing there, and he looks to him, and he goes, "Boys, we all do it." And he just shoveled out of the bathroom with pride on his face. And that's the thing. He was like 80-something years old. He didn't give a crap. He was like,
he gave a pretty big crap.
boys, we all do it.
I will say this, man. As I'm getting older, I am realizing why older guys do shit so that make them seem old. So I remember growing up, and if I see somebody I used to hate watching an old man, and by old man I mean our age now. Like this was when I was a kid. So with like the socks and sandal, no shirt, just going out to get the mail. It's because you lose your give a fuck the older you get.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I'm tired. That's why you wear like the clothing that I'll wear sometimes. Like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I've gone out in my fucking pajamas essentially. I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't
Have you
care
ever
what
peed
think
in your
about me.
backyard?
I'm not going to see anybody today close.
I'm like, I don't-
Where I'm like, I really don't care.
Have you
I don't give a shit.
have either of you ever peed in your backyard?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, I pee in your backyard all the time.
I'm peeing right now in this room.
I know.
Yeah.
And you pull your pants up.
I didn't say my pants were down.
Yeah, I think I might have told the story on here where I was doing a costume fitting for a show I was in, and the costume had a bow tie, and it was just a tiny little snap on the back. So it's for anyone who's not in the industry, like usually any tie that you have to wear in a show is usually already done, and it's like a snap or a Velcro for quick change purposes. And so I didn't have my shirt on, but they put they were trying the bow tie on, so they put it around.
Chippendales action
and
going on here.
That's exactly what I thought. I thought this is like a Chippendales look. So there's two girls in the cast who are pretty cute, and I walk up to them and I'm
This is not going to be
God.
good.
and my plan is to go, "Hey ladies, do you know where the beach is? Maybe it's over there." And I was like gonna flex and pop the tie off.
Oh, you popped
You have
something.
told me this story. I know. this
Yeah,
story.
I did. I went, "Hey ladies, do you know where the beach is?" Oh. Like my face literally did that. Oh, the second it came out.
Funny.
They laughed.
Oh God.
They sure did laugh. Women don't understand the pain that their laugh can cause.
Oh my God.
I think they do. I think they know exactly what they're doing.
Can I tell you? Here's a little insight into me. I hate farts.
Yeah.
I hate them. And it's because of my mom. My mom hated them. And I remember being yelled at, like, as a kid, preemptively. It's like, hey, you don't fart in public. That's white people shit. White people fart and they laugh all the time and they giggle and it's disgusting.
We do.
You
We
do
do.
not fart in public. That is disgusting. You will not do it. And ever since, like, girl, I do not. I've never farted in front of a girl on purpose. Like, being married, all
Even
that.
now?
Even now, I will not do it. I
yeah.
just don't do it.
I do
My
it
most-
100 times a
Ugh, I
night.
hate it.
My most recent ex. that's what I'm now doing. I'm just listing them. I now have my most recent ex.
Yeah.
Believed that we would not have a true boyfriend and girlfriend relationship
Right.
until we farted in front of each other.
It was just
a
weird that she
sign.
lit all the candles for that to happen like that.
And I was like, I'm going to do my damnedest not to fart in front of you. And maybe that's why she broke up with me. I don't know.
No,
Maybe
yeah, that's
maybe
what
I
it
should've
was. It was the
farted.
fart
Maybe I
quota.
should've farted.
She was like, you know,
Pass those beans.
you know what'd be really romantic is if I was sleeping and I woke up to a breeze blowing across my face.
Honey, I got you an oven for Christmas. A Dutch oven.
Which, by the way, going back to your, it took you a year to tell her that you heard the fart.
Yeah.
There have been so many times.
Oh, that you've heard yours.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let it go, and then I'll just politely get up and walk away from the room
Yeah.
because you know you can't ignore the smell.
Right.
Like, I can ignore the sound, but she's got to know.
Later,
Like,
she's
I'm
like, Ali,
come on.
why do you have all of these cuts on you? And you're like, one is for each time you farted in front of me. A memory.
You wind up looking like Edward Scissorhands.
So this is our last show of 2023.
Right. Yeah.
What's 2024 looking like for you? I'm not saying resolutions because resolutions are stupid, but
Well, I will say this about my resolutions real quick. I had a resolution to get my dual citizenship,
Yeah.
my Italian citizenship.
Yeah.
And this isn't a joke. I'm not going to be able to afford it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
$300, just over $300, just to put the application in,
Right.
the processing and all that type of stuff. It can get up to $13,000. And there's no guarantee you're going to get it done. Because the Cosa Nostra still runs a lot of Italy. So like they might delay your paperwork. Anyway, long story short, I got to find a new resolution now because that ain't going to happen.
Why don't you do a GoFundMe to
Also, I want to only
get me the fuck out of here?
No, one of the reasons why I wanted to do it was to transfer it to my kids so that they can have citizenship as well, and it's not transferable to the kids, so it's not worth it. Anyway, I got to find a new resolution. That was that long story. That's
My
what I said.
assistant is Canadian, so I got my foot in the door.
you got your foot in the whore. Nice.
Well, I don't know. I kind of agree with Ali. Resolutions are kind of dumb.
Oh yeah,
because-
I do it basically like here. It's more like here's something I want to get done this year, rather than
Right.
promising. You know what I mean?
Like I was
Like
at the
the
gym.
citizenship,
I was
you
at the gym today, and all I could think about is how miserable that gym is going to be for the next 3 months. Just because it's going to be so fucking crowded.
Yep.
And
Everybody doing their resolutions, yeah,
well, until they fall off, you know.
yeah.
Like I mean, honestly, like it's always, you know, you always have to work on things. And I guess the good thing about New Year's is it does feel like a clean slate, and it does feel like a chance to, you know, to make that I'm going to do something this year. It gives you a time frame.
Yeah, it's a good sign. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on New Year's Eve. I mean, we're starting all over 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and go. We're starting brand new. You don't know about the 1, 2, 3, 1,
No,
2,
what is
No.
the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
3?
Because normally they
December-
count backwards.
December 31st, 23. 1, 2 for 12. 3, 1 for 31st.
Oh,
2, 3.
1, 2, 3,
for
1, 2, 3. Gotcha.
To me, it kind of sounds like you're getting something started. Maybe I am alone on that. Apparently, I'm looking around the room going like,
Or you're having a
not
stroke.
us,
Never
buddy.
even heard of this, dude.
No,
Did you
1,
see Ed
2,
at that New
3.
Year's party? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
No, did you ever, it will go on 3 is basically what I'm
Right.
Yeah, the idea, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once again,
We'll
that's,
go on-
the
we'll
journey
go
I
on-
took. I'm just gonna let you know my little journeys in my mind here.
We'll go on 3 twice. 1, 2, 3. 1,
1, 2.
2, 3.
Well, it would be like if we 5, 6, 7, 8, and you know that sort of thing. You know,
1, 2, 5.
Well, 5, 6, 7, 8. We gotta wait.
yeah, a long
like
time.
50 years.
Yeah, I think this year is going to be a year of change because I'm not really going to have a lot of money. So just basically change. I'm just gonna have that's all I'm going to have in my hand is just some quarters.
You know, I saw this video of this dude who
Porn.
No, it wasn't. It was a guy who decided I'm going to start robbing banks and committing crimes to make my life a little more exciting. And in one hand, I'm watching this video and I'm like, good for you.
What was in the other hand? I don't think we want to know.
Well, here was the thing that I didn't know when I started. It was like a true crime like video about this guy, and then they were like, we didn't really know exactly how bad this was going to be. The dude killed his wife and kids, but like the whole first part of the video is him out in the woods digging this home and making this like underground bunker. And I was like, yeah, I can kind of get behind this, like that seems like a good idea. And then it wasn't just that he killed his wife and his kids, he killed the dog because he was worried the dog could bring the police to him, like it would find him via his scent.
Wow.
And I was like, what an asshole.
Wow.
If you left it at the wife and kids, I get it.
Renette,
Now we're getting all John Wicky.
But then, he ended up killing himself before he ever really committed any other, like his bank heist.
So is that what you're saying is your New Year's resolution?
I'm
that's
gonna,
what you're
I'm
going
gonna
for?
start robbing some banks. Ed, if you want a way to make some money, I need someone that can drive a car.
Don't go, Ed. Don't do Ed, dude. You'll
You
get
have made
busted
the worst
immediately.
choice ever.
Ed,
Oh my God!
Why are you stopping? The light's yellow.
It's about to turn red.
It's orangish light.
Ed, we are fleeing
Yeah.
the cops. 45 is not acceptable.
45
yes,
is the speed limit.
and you're saving gas.
That's right. And yellow is to slow down, not to speed up. It is a cautionary light.
It's
The
also
light's actually called a cautionary.
it's
the
also
official
illegal
light.
to run a yellow. It's if the police, and it's up to their discretion, if they feel you had time to stop for the yellow, they can pull you over.
Now who's laughing?
Yeah. All right. Well, do you guys have anything you want to get done this year?
I would like to, in all seriousness, I would like to see a reawakening even more so of myself as a performer. I'm moving more towards performance again and away from education, which I'm very, very comfortable with. And I would like to have more opportunities presented to me in that light. And one of those things I would like to see happen is the two groups I'm involved in, Mamas, as well as Gaggle Reflex, both of them going to the next level. And I know that we got some exciting changes going on at Mamas.
Yeah,
this
we got
upcoming year.
some year-round additional shows happening.
And that's what I'm talking about. We're taking that next step.
The thing that makes
Gaggle
me so
Reflex
happy-
may be going out on tour at some point and doing different locations, or I don't know. But both of my groups going to the next step, and me as a performer doing that as well. There you go.
Yeah. Ollie.
I'd work, man. Just a gig that I can go back to making money.
Right.
Because this year has been probably the worst year financially for me that I've had since college, like
Right.
legit. So I'm trying to get back into, my goal is to get back into Disney. And then just getting benefits, really. I mean, honestly, it's nothing exciting for me. I just need to get a gig.
Well, it just becomes about practicality. It's just like I just got to get the check boxes done by the end of the day. Pay the bills, get this done. Keep the heat on.
You use the heat? We live in Florida, Ed.
Feel the heat pushing you to decide.
Yeah, for me it's the shows. Like it's I'm super excited that in January we're doubling the number of Mama shows that we're doing, and the other one is a guaranteed rate for everyone, which makes me happy. Because then it's like, and that's why like getting all of the tax stuff ready now is so important, because that's going to be a bigger thing happening next year. But also Papa's, like, we've been waiting on this venue, but we may have a new space that we can get into. Like it's something that I'm really excited about. But also Mama's is a part of Papa's. Like it's, to me, they are a hand in hand. Mama's would make an amazing after show. An amazing after show. And that's when we saw our biggest success and our biggest audiences before. We were a later show. We were 10 p.m. And
we
that
should
was
go back to that.
the thing that made that so good was all of the industry people who came to the shows because they were getting out of work.
Yeah, Pops is more of a variety show.
Yeah.
As you put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next is just going to be what? Aunties? Is that the next show? you're
Actually,
gonna do?
I've got some. I've
Where
got
people
some.
just come in and they get told because somebody's got to tell you.
Right.
And that's your auntie's
It's
going to
just
tell you.
a rude
That's
show.
the whole show. It's just this one
That's it.
woman walking around. Someone's got to tell you.
And
Put
then
on
there's
some
a-
under on deodorant. Someone's got to tell you.
And then there's Uncle Eddie's.
Uncle
it's not
Eddie's-
really a show. It's
we
just
can't
a
talk
van.
about that show anymore.
It's just a van
Legally.
that pulls up to your house, and you go into the
I
van. You
got
come,
popsicles.
we guarantee you come out a changed person.
Yes.
All right, we should wrap this up because we do have an audience
Yeah.
tonight. So Ali,
Yes.
what did you learn tonight?
I learned that in the 6 years, I think, living with Todd, my life was in danger. He was very close to building a bunker and killing me.
Clearly.
Well, I would have asked you to help me with the manual labor.
Hey,
Ed, what did you learn tonight?
Well, I learned that although, yes, I'm not necessarily the guy you want to go out drinking with because I will fall asleep on you. The people who I choose to go out drinking with, I think I choose them because they're able to lift me and put me in the back seat. And I think that's actually why I choose the people I drink with. So I'm going to work on getting a little lighter for you guys.
Aw.
And I'm not going to promise that I'm not going to pass out after 2 drinks, but I'll work on losing a little weight so it'll be easier to put me in that back seat.
So you just kind of reminded me of this thought that I had today, and it's dark. It's a dark,
Oh, God.
dark thing. Because I was, leaving the gym, and I was like, it's really just my diet that I got to focus on, my diet. And then I thought, do you think there's a point where people who have cancer,
oh my God!
there's like
Here we go.
do you think there's like a sweet spot where they're like, oh, I look good, like before it goes too far.
Stop!
I can listen. My dad died just a few months ago of cancer. I think I can. I'm entitled. But I was thinking about
I'm
like
entitled.
I was thinking.
You're not entitled. All right, you know what, Todd? I think you're best just wrapping it up.
All right, I learned something tonight too.
Oh my God!
It sounds like there's like a war zone happening outside.
Yeah, it's helicopters.
Yeah, I learned tonight that Weekend at Bernie's has an entirely different meaning if you just think that he's having a good time.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's what they wanted everybody to believe.
but we should get together and watch Angel.
Yes.
But let's see. Let's pick
Honor
some
student by day.
Hollywood hooker by night.
Hollywood. There's a difference.
Yeah. All right. Please, if you guys want to come see Mamas every Friday night, 8 p.m., call 407-363-1985. Also, find us on Facebook. A lot of our reservations tonight were made through the Facebook app, just by messaging us, and we take care of that for you. You guys have anything coming up?
I have a show tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'll be in East Orlando at the Brooklyn South Bar, which is inside the Boardwalk Bowl. I'm headlining a show. It's a Latin show. It is billed as a bilingual show, but what's funny is most of the comics don't speak Spanish. We're all Hispanic, but we don't speak Spanish.
Yeah. Lazy.
So it ain't a bilingual show. It's just
I speak
Hispanics.
Spanish. My
I speak
Spanish is
jive.
really good.
So I got a show tomorrow night at 8 o'clock there. And then January 5th, I'll be doing a show at Hagen O'Reilly's, and that's at 9 o'clock. That's an absolutely free show. Your headliner is going to be from 104.1 Real Laughs, Miguel Colon Jr.
Oh, good.
Dwayne
Very
Williams.
funny. Yeah.
Dwayne Williams will be featuring. There's this guy named Josh Silvers that is going to be doing a guest spot,
Wow.
and then I will be
I have
hosting.
his album.
Oh, nice.
No, I got to return it to him. He loaned it to me.
Oh,
It was
good.
Neil Diamond's greatest hit.
Excellent.
Ed, do you have anything coming up?
I do. On January 29th, it is a Monday night. Make your way over to Pilar's Loft upstairs in Winter Garden, upstairs in Pilar's Loft, where you can see the next Gaggle Reflex show. Gaggle Reflex is kind of a sister show. It's a friendly show to Mamas. We work together with a lot of the same players. Hopefully, we'll get you over there, Todd, at some point. And anyway, it's sketch comedy. It's all happening on January 29th. The new show is all sports themed. We're calling it Gaggle Reflex.
The games we play.
And so
Ball gaggle.
yeah, we're all gonna do sports and games related humor. So come on by January 29th, 7:30. Tickets are available on Eventbrite.
Right. You can find my books on Amazon. Just look for my name, Todd Farron, F-E-R-E-N.
At Todd Seafair.
Todd C. Farron. Because Christopher is my middle name. Because there's a little
You're a child
Christ
of God.
in all of us. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.